Hi, I'm Phil with the Kleen-Rite Car Wash, and I'm here to talk to you about triple foam and some common issues with colors bleeding together. So we'll go inside and I'll show you some common things to check before you say your system's bad. All right, so we're going to be working on a triple foam system. It's a 3-bank, hence triple foam, 3 hydrominders running a GinSan GS-30. The GS-30 is going to do the timing for our 3 solenoids changing each color bank. So the GS-30 is a timer, as I said, and it is cumulative. So on that timer there are dip switches that you can change your timing rate for how long you'd like to have that solenoid open. So for instance, 8 and 2 flip to on will give you a 10-second run time per color. Now if your colors are bleeding together, one thing you can check is my timing too low? If you add time, it'll let a solenoid open longer, thus leaving that color run stronger instead of changing too quickly back to back and then allowing those colors to mix. If you're only showing 1 to 2 colors, the next thing you're going to want to check is your solenoid. All 3 solenoids on the bottom are normally closed solenoids. When the GinSan picks that solenoid or that color to be open, you should be able to take a screwdriver and touch it to the coil of the solenoid and it will feel magnetized. It will pull that screwdriver down against, showing you that that is powered and trying to open. So you should be able to hear those solenoids click. When that solenoid clicks, check it with the back of your screwdriver. If you don't feel any magnetization on that solenoid itself, try the other 2 to make sure you are checking the right one. The next way to be able to check that is with a standard voltmeter on AC power. Power from the GinSan GS-30 is 24 volts AC to the coil. As long as that power is present on the coil, you should be getting flow from that color bank of the system. So we went over checking voltage with a standard voltmeter to the coil. I can demonstrate that now. On these ASCO coils, you're just going to check between your 2 wire leads, and that should show 24 volts of AC. If you have 24 volts of AC here, you should be flowing that color from that color bank. Some other things we can check, it's just normal maintenance stuff. Do my soaps look full? Are my soaps bleeding together within the tanks? Is one color fuller than the other 2 colors? Obviously, when we put these triple foam soaps on, you're going to be opening 3 brand new pails at a time, so you should be using approximately the same amount of soap out of each one for that run time. If your blue is completely full and your pink and your yellow are empty or showing half of what the blue is showing, then obviously we're not drawing any blue soap, or we're putting water back into the blue soap. So the first thing to check then is your foot valve. Is it gushing back out when you pull that hose and foot valve out? If it is, your foot valve's bad. You're going to want to put a new foot valve on right away. The next thing to check with the color dilution is what tip you're using on the hydrominder. Standardly, your non-antifreeze soaps, your typical tip is going to be yellow for the dilution ratio recommended for all the Kleen-Rite Car Wash triple foam soaps. Now, so our tips are clear, our foot valve's holding, we're getting power to all of our solenoids the way that we should, but they're still blending together. So now we're going to go back and look at that GS-30 and make sure that our timing is spread far enough apart. If the timing is far enough, if you feel the timing is far enough apart, then the next thing to check is actually going to be disconnecting these hoses from this manifold that feeds into the flow jet to make sure that that soap is actually coming out and that solenoid is actually opening up. If you pull this off and you have power to this coil, that soap should flow freely out of there. If it doesn't, then your solenoid is sticking, could need to be rebuilt or replaced. So once we've ensured that we have the proper tip size in our hydrominders, that we actually have triple foam soap, that our foot valve is holding the way that it should hold, and that we're actually holding the correct amount of soap and water mixture within the triple foam tanks, we've ensured that our solenoids are receiving 24 volts AC from the GinSan GS-30, and that we're getting flow out of each solenoid itself when it changes or power is applied to that solenoid to the flow jet. Then we're going to go through our fluid side and our air side out through the tubing to our triple foam gun. So I hope you learned something about triple foam today, and I answered a few of your questions. If you're still having trouble or have any other questions, give us a call at Kleen-Rite and we'll help you through it.